About a year ago, I had no idea what 3D printing was. I've heard of it, but I didn't know how much a printer would cost, if the investment would be worth it, and a whole lot of other questions. But then, I did more research, and here we are. This is the Bambu Lab A1 3D printer. After doing countless hours of research, I have not found one bad review about this printer, and I can see why. For starters, this printer has full auto calibration. This includes active flow rate compensation to make sure every angle appears as it was intended. The A1 is a bed slinger printer as opposed to Bambu's core XY printers. Bed slinger just means that the bed moves back and forth and the tool head moves side to side. Bambu has always been known for their amazing quality and fast setup for all of their printers. All of their printers are integrated into the Bambu Lab ecosystem. This means you can launch prints fast from your phone using Bambu Handy, or your PC and Mac using Bambu Studio. This printer does everything for you, so you can just click print, go out for a day, and come back to a perfect and accurate print. This printer is so amazing, and I recommend it for anyone who wants to get into the 3D printing hobby. If the A1 is too big for your needs, Bambu Lab also has the A1 Mini. Perfect for people who want the same perfect print quality of the A1, but in a smaller form factor. You can also get the optional AMS light for both printers to allow for multicolor printing and the filament backup system. Now that I've talked about the A1 and the A1 Mini and all of its amazing features, let's get into how my first experiences were with this printer. The out-of-box experience was so easy to get up and running with their first print completed within 30 minutes. Of course, my first print was the iconic Benchy, and it turned out perfect. The next few things I printed were the stand for my M2 MacBook Air, these pictures to put on my IKEA pegboard, these controller stands, this mouse stand, and this custom sign with my name on it. And these were just a few things that I printed within the first couple of days of having this printer. This is where our story starts. After watching a video from Scott Ujan of him organizing his drawer with 3D printing, I knew I had to get a 3D printer. He designed all of these holders to match his tools specifically in Fusion 360, but he also mentioned how Gridfinity was a great system to get started with. I printed out all of the base plates, excited to organize my IKEA Alex drawers, but then all of a sudden, I was not so set on the idea of Gridfinity. But then, I printed my first bin, and I couldn't stop printing more organizers for my drawer. I originally was only going to organize my top drawer, but I wanted to organize the drawer below, which is where I organize all of my cables. I printed out more base plates, and I printed out these cable holders by Kitsy. These were perfect for my drawers, and I printed out the extra large and wide ones for a more variety of cables. I then printed out some 3x3 stackable bins for larger HDMI and DisplayPort cables. After that, I wanted to print more Gridfinity, but I didn't know what to organize. I decided on a drawer that my family and I use every day, our kitchen silverware drawer. We had this old disgusting organizer that didn't fit our needs, but the main thing I wanted to tackle was this junk section. This section was used for putting larger things that we needed on a daily basis, such as batteries, scissors, mailing tape, thumbtacks, and much more. After taking some measurements, I printed out a very large Gridfinity base plate in multiple pieces. After printing all of the base plates, I didn't know where to start, so I printed a prototype battery holder in green filament to see how it would fit. I printed a refined version of the battery holders that were taller, used less filament, and were higher quality. I printed 4 total, which included 2 1x1s for AAAs and another 2 1x1s for AAs. I then printed a 2x2 bin for thumbtacks, and multiple long bins for things such as scissors, lighters, ice cream scoopers, and much more. I searched for organizers that had cutouts on the sides so silverware could be easily grabbed. I went through various models that were flimsy, weren't the right size, and didn't fit my needs. Then I found an amazing model by a user named A-Rock on MakerWorld. He uploaded silverware bins that had notches that didn't reach to the bottom, making the model more stable. I printed out his standard ones to put forks, knives, and spoons in. His model was perfect, and I needed larger ones that he didn't include. I wanted to keep the consistency of his models, so I took a shot and I added a comment saying how much I loved his models, and also requesting for him to make longer bins that could hold straws and larger knives in my drawer. And not even a day later, he responded to me and added a whole new print profile for these longer bins. I immediately printed them out and printed a long 2x8 bin for straws. I then wanted to print another bin that was 4 wide and 8 deep for large knives. So, I privately DM'd him and told him about my situation, and I asked if he could model a wide container with no dividers for my drawer. Again, he also responded in less than a day, and he said he edited a brand new one that was exactly like I asked. I printed both of the halves overnight, and in the morning I could finally add the final piece to the puzzle. And this is the completed drawer. Isn't it perfect? Let's take a look around, starting with the junk section. I've completely given the spot a makeover from what it used to look like. And here's a quick side-by-side comparison of this section. Moving to the silverware section, on the far left, I have a 2x8 bin stretching all the way to the back of the drawer for straws, a 1x6 bin for butter knives, and a few 1x5s in a row holding large forks, smaller forks, spoons, and larger spoons. Next to the 1x5s, I have a 2x5 bin for larger and wider spoons. Next to those, I have another 1x6 bin for sharper knives. On the far right, I have a 4x8 bin holding the largest of knives we have. And that is the completed drawer. What do you think? Make sure to leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like 3D printing content like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications to make sure you don't miss another post from me. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a great day.